Hi, here's my audience of 5. Please wave to the camera again. Thank you, Greg. Thanks. So every year, my family and I have an annual reunion towards the end of the summer in August. And every year, there's always a few things that happen during the reunion. One, we come together and socialize and catch up with one another. 2, we eat some pretty good food. And 3, we partake in some games and friendly competition. I found myself to be a very competitive person. I've always loved sports growing up as a child. When my family comes together for the reunion, in a way, I kind of see that in relation to the Olympics for a couple of reasons. One, we come together and unite as part of the same group, and again, to partake in some games and celebrate each other's company. In fact, I'm sure that all of you at some point in your lives, in one form or another, have seen or at least heard of the Olympics through any way, shape, or form. Whether you've seen it through some advertisements on TV, or whether you've taken the time to actually sit down and watch the games for yourself.
Need help?
Yeah. However, through the course of hearing about the Olympics throughout your lives, you may be thinking, what is the significance of the Olympic Games? Well, that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today, along with other significant events related to the Olympics and also Olympic-related cultural artifacts. The event that I'll be talking to you about today is the lighting of the Olympic flame, and the cultural artifact is the Olympic flag. However, first and foremost, before I can tell you the significance of the Olympics, we must first visit the history and the origins of the Olympics from way back when. The Olympics started in Olympia, Greece, back in 776 BC, according to Olympics.org. At that time, the Olympics were slightly different from how they are today, for a few reasons. One, as I said before, the Olympics always took place in the same location in Olympia, Greece. Nowadays, they take place through multiple cities and countries around the world. Second, back then, during ancient times, only men could participate in competition. In addition to that, winners, instead of having 3 winners, such as we do today, with bronze, silver, and gold winners, there was only 1 winner per sporting competition. Each winner would be given a crown of olive leaves, and they would have a statue built in their honor in Olympia, Greece. And the third reason as to how the Olympics were different from back in the day was that the Olympics would be used as a religious celebration to celebrate the Greek god Zeus, according to history and newsandnetwork.com. Fast forwarding to today, the modern Olympics began in 1896 in Athens, Greece. Since then, the modern Olympics have taken place all over the world, such as in 1988, Seoul, Korea, in 2000, Sydney, Australia, 2012, London, England, and most recently, 2016 in Rio de Janeiro, and the next Olympics will actually take place in 2020 in Tokyo, Japan, just to name a few locations. And according to mentalfloss.com, the purpose of the modern Olympic Games is to promote, quote, the purpose of the modern Olympic Games is to promote peace and unity within the international community through the medium of sports, according to references.com. Aside from the few changing aspects of the Olympics, there have been a few aspects that have remained the same ever since their beginning, from long ago. One of these aspects is the Olympic flame.
You got it, Katie?
Yeah. According to folklore, the Olympic flame began way back when the Olympic titan Prometheus stole the flame from the Greek god Zeus. Nowadays, in Olympia, in Greece, there are many sanctuaries that have or display fires to honor the Greek god Zeus and his wife Hera. Now, with the modern Olympics, the flame is still being burned during the games. However, they come with a different representation. For example, now the flame represents purity along with the effort towards perfection rather than celebrating a Greek god. Additionally, the Olympic flame connects back with its roots because months prior to each Olympic Games, the flame will be ignited in Olympia, then it will go through the relay towards its destination in its host city. Lastly, again, I'm sure that many of you have heard about or at least seen different aspects of the Olympics. Aside from these two notable events of sporting events and the lighting of the Olympic flame, I will now be discussing a cultural artifact from the Games, the Olympic flag. I will begin first by showing you this visual representation of the flag. As you can see, I'll first focus on the image of the flag. As you can see, the 5 rings represent the 5 inhabitable continents around the world. And the interlocking of the rings represent the 5 continents becoming unified through Olympism. Next come the colors of the flag. The 6 colors of white, blue, black, red, yellow, and green all represent the colors that are on every single flag in today's world. As said in the quote from one of my sources, the 6 colors are those that appear on all the national flags of the world at the present time. In relation to this, although the 5 rings represent the 5 inhabited continents collectively, not one ring represents one continent specifically. All in all, like I have mentioned before, I'm sure throughout your lives you've heard about or at least watched the Olympics through advertisements, through their sponsors, or sporting events, or the opening ceremonies such as lighting the Olympic flame, or even something as simple as saying the Olympic flag. And for me, although none of my family members are close to being Olympians, I do find my family reunion to have similarities with the Olympics when it comes to becoming united and coming from all parts of the world to celebrate each other's company and to partake in friendly competition, without doing so for a long period of time. Therefore, to sum it all up, with the information that I've given all of you today, I encourage all of you and challenge all of you to look out for these different aspects and these different ways of symbolism in the next upcoming Olympics. Thank you. I'm gonna pause it.